Listen carefully, for this is not a message of comfort, but of urgency. I, the Lord, have come to you with a word that cannot be ignored. The enemy has marked those you love for destruction. Death, tragedy, and sudden loss are circling around them like a shadow. Yet I tell you this, you are the one chosen to stand in the gap. You are the one who can change their destiny. Only you can save them, if you act now. I have watched your prayers, I have heard your cries, and I know the weight in your heart. But today, I reveal to you a secret from heaven. The battle for their life has already begun. Angels are fighting, demons are plotting, and your obedience will decide the outcome. If you remain silent, the enemy will celebrate. If you rise in faith, heaven will release miracles that even death itself cannot stop. This is my last warning before the storm breaks. Do not delay, for the time is shorter than you think. I am giving you the authority to shift the course of what is written. Take this word seriously, for eternity is listening. I am speaking to you now, not through chance, not through coincidence, but through divine appointment. This moment was written before you were born. I saw this day when you would hear my voice and feel the weight of eternity pressing against your heart. This is not a message to entertain you. It is not a message to make you comfortable. It is a call to awaken your spirit, because lives depend on what you choose to do with what I am revealing. There is an urgency in the spirit. The clock of destiny is ticking, and the time left is shorter than you realize. The enemy has already prepared his snare. He has already released the spirit of tragedy against those you love. But I, the Lord, have come to interrupt his plan. I am sending this warning because I love you and I love them. My mercy is reaching out to you before destruction strikes. Yet hear me well. Mercy opens the door, but obedience keeps it open. You have been chosen for such a time as this. Do not doubt your role, for I am the one who placed the burden in your heart. You have felt it, the sleepless nights, the sudden fear for someone's life, the unexplainable heaviness. That was my spirit alerting you. You thought it was just anxiety, but I tell you, it was a prophetic warning. I was waking you up because only you can stand in the gap for them. Only you can cry out in prayer to change their outcome. Do not say, Lord, why me? Why not someone else? Because I gave you the authority. I placed you as the watchman on the wall. I entrusted this mission into your hands. If you remain silent, blood will be on your hands. If you rise and intercede, salvation will be credited to your faith. This is why the urgency is so great, because I am giving you the power to rewrite their destiny through your obedience. Do not delay. Delay is disobedience. The enemy thrives on hesitation. He knows that if you postpone your prayer, if you push away this calling, the window of mercy will close. That is why I speak with urgency. Act now. For what is written in the spirit realm can only be overturned, while the door of grace is still open. I have assigned angels to war for them, but the angels move at the sound of your prayer. Heaven's armies are waiting for your voice. Do not underestimate the authority I have placed in you. When you call on my name, the heavens shake, the earth trembles, and the plans of darkness are shattered. This is why I need you to respond immediately. The urgency is not because I am late. It is because the enemy is ruthless. He has no mercy, no compassion, no hesitation. He seeks to kill, steal, and destroy without warning. But I am revealing his schemes before they manifest, so that you may block them with faith, with intercession, with the power of my word spoken through your mouth. You may think, Lord, I am weak. I have no strength. I am not holy enough. But I tell you, it is not your strength. It is mine. It is not your holiness. It is my blood that covers you. Do not disqualify yourself from the calling I have placed on you. For when I choose, I also equip. When I command, I also empower. You are not standing alone. I, the Almighty, stand with you. So hear me again. The urgency is real. This message is not for tomorrow, not for when you feel ready, but for now. Lives are hanging in the balance. Eternity is watching. Angels are listening. Demons are trembling. And I am waiting for your response. If you receive this word, open your mouth and declare, I will act now. I will intercede. I will not be silent. Write it down, speak it out, seal it in faith. Because your declaration in this moment is the key that will release my protection over those you love. If you receive this word, type in the comments, I will not be silent. I will stand in the gap. The prophetic warning from heaven. I, the Lord, am lifting the veil for you now. The heavens are not silent. They are roaring with messages, visions, and signs. The warning you are receiving today is not a rumor, not an exaggeration, but the very sound of my heart crying out for those who stand at the edge of destruction. You think you still have time, but the sands in the hourglass are almost gone. This is the last warning before tragedy, the final trumpet before the enemy strikes. I am revealing this to you so that you will act, so that you will intercede, and so that my mercy may triumph over judgment. There are events already set in motion. Dark forces have plotted in secret places. The enemy has woven his nets, waiting for the moment when those you love are weakest. He is patient, but merciless. He studies their weaknesses, their patterns, their open doors. He waits for them to be distracted so that he can attack suddenly. But I, the Lord, have seen every trap, every hidden plan, every whisper in the darkness. And I am sending this prophetic warning to expose his schemes before they manifest. The enemy's plan is not just to harm the body, to crush the spirit, destroy faith, to make you believe that prayer does not work and that I have abandoned you. He wants you numb, silent, hopeless. But I am telling you today, prayer still works. Faith still moves mountains. My word still breaks chains. And if you will listen, obey, and act, you will see the snare of the enemy collapse before your eyes. Do not dismiss the signs I have already shown you. The sudden dreams that woke you in the night, the names of people dropping into your spirit without reason, the unexplainable heaviness in your chest. These were not coincidences. These were not just emotions. These were alarms from heaven. They were the sound of my spirit crying out to you, warning you, and each warning was an invitation to intercede, to stand in the gap, to speak life where death is trying to enter. Understand this, my warnings are never to condemn, but to redeem. When I show you danger, it is because I am giving you the chance to avert it. My mercy always arrives before my judgment. Even now, as you read this, the window of grace is still open. Even now, the tragedy can be stopped. Even now, life can replace death. But you must move quickly. You must take my warning seriously. There are angels standing beside you, ready to fight, ready to block the arrows of darkness. But the angels move in response to your voice. Your prayer is not just words. It is a weapon. It is a decree that shifts the unseen world. When you pray, chains break. When you cry out, doors open. When you intercede, heaven releases power that no demon can withstand. I am calling you to rise up now, before it is too late. Do not wait for someone else. Do not say, Lord, send another. I have chosen you. You are their watchman. You are their intercessor. You are their lifeline. The prophetic warning you are receiving today is not for you to store away, but for you to act on immediately. And when you act, do not act in fear. Act in faith. Speak life over their names. Declare my promises over their futures. Cover them with the blood of my Son. Break the curses, cancel the assignments, tear down the altars of darkness raised against them. You may feel small, but your prayer carries the weight of heaven. You may feel weak, but my power is perfected in your weakness. The time for delay has passed. The time for hesitation is over. This is the moment to stand in the gap. This is the moment to raise your voice. This is the moment to turn the tide. I am calling you not to be afraid, but to be bold. I am calling you not to despair, but to believe. Because while the enemy plots, I have already prepared the victory. While the enemy whispers death, I am speaking life. While the enemy threatens, I am surrounding you with fire. Listen to my voice. This is your prophetic warning. Heed it, obey it, and you will see my hand move. Ignore it, delay it, dismiss it, and the enemy will not hesitate to strike. The choice lies before you, life or death, blessing or curse. Stand with me, and you will see salvation. I do not speak this to frighten you, but to awaken you. I am shaking you so that you may shake the heavens with your prayers. This is your hour. This is your calling. This is why you were born, to stand in the gap, to break the cycle, to stop the tragedy, to save those you love. Now lift your voice, lift your hands, and declare that you will not be silent. Proclaim it in faith, for your words will echo in the spirit realm. Speak it now, write it now, seal it now. I, the Lord, am unveiling before you the true nature of the battle. You must understand this clearly. The enemy is not vague in his attacks. He is precise. He studies. He observes. He waits. He chooses his targets carefully, for he knows that striking them will wound you and weaken your faith. The enemy's target is not random. It is intentional. Those closest to your heart are the very ones he desires to strike. He sees their potential, their destiny, and their role in my plan. He sees that if they rise in faith, if they fulfill the calling I placed on their lives, they will shake the kingdom of darkness. And so he sets his eyes on them, crafting snares to steal their future, to destroy their peace, and to end their days before the appointed time. Some of you already sense this. You feel it deep within your spirit, that one you love has been marked. You see the patterns, sudden accidents narrowly avoided, battles with depression, addictions that refuse to break, destructive relationships pulling them away from me. These are not coincidences, they are signs. They are the fingerprints of the enemy who has drawn a circle around their life. But hear me, though the enemy has targeted them, I have chosen you as their shield. You are the one standing in the breach, the one who can block the arrows aimed at them. Do not underestimate this role. It is not small. It is not meaningless. It is eternal. For when you stand in intercession, you change the trajectory of destiny. You cancel the assignment of death and replace it with my decree of life. The enemy seeks to make you blind, to convince you that nothing unusual is happening, that all is just chance or bad luck. But I am opening your eyes now to discern the truth. Every close call was a sign. Every sudden fear you felt was an alarm. Every dream that disturbed you was a prophetic revelation. I was showing you the enemy's hand, and now I am confirming it with my voice. Do not be deceived. The enemy does not only target bodies, he targets minds, hearts, families, and legacy. He wants to plant seeds of destruction that will echo for generations. If he cannot kill them physically, he will try to kill their hope, their faith, their dreams. He will try to lead them into despair, addiction, bitterness, or rebellion. And if you stay silent, his plan may prevail. But if you rise, if you lift your voice, if you plead the blood, if you stand on my promises, you will see his schemes collapse. You will see chains break. You will see the one who was marked for death walk into life and into destiny. Understand, child, that the battle is not against flesh and blood, but against powers and principalities, against rulers of darkness and spiritual hosts of wickedness. The enemy is not just after their body, he is after their soul. He desires to drag them into eternal separation from me. That is why your role is so critical. That is why I am speaking with such urgency. You may feel powerless, but I tell you, greater is he that is in you than he that is in the world. The blood of my Son speaks louder than any curse. The name of Jesus has authority above every demon, and your prayer, when released in faith, carries the weight of heaven itself. I have given you weapons. Use them. Speak my word over their life. Declare that they will live and not die, that they will fulfill their purpose, that they will be saved and delivered. Do not merely hope silently. Speak it out loud, for your words carry power. When you intercede, you create a shield of fire around them, and no arrow of the enemy can penetrate it. This is why the enemy targets those you love, because he knows you are tied to them. He knows that if he destroys them, your faith will falter. But he also knows something he fears, that if you intercede for them, if you stand in the gap, his entire plan will collapse. He is terrified of your prayer. That is why he whispers lies to you, telling you your prayers are weak, that you are wasting your breath, that nothing changes. But those are lies. Every prayer you pray shifts the atmosphere. Every declaration you make shakes the unseen world. Every tear you shed becomes a seed of breakthrough. Now is the time to sharpen your focus. Name those you love before me. Do not pray vague prayers. Call out their names. Speak my promises over them. Declare their salvation, their healing, their deliverance. As you do, I will send angels to surround them. I will release my spirit to convict and transform them. I will move in ways you cannot see to rescue them from the snare of the enemy. But you must act now. The target has already been drawn. The arrows are already notched, yet your prayer can shatter the bow, break the arrow, and blind the archer. Your obedience is the deciding factor. So listen, child. I have revealed the enemy's target so that you can rise and defend. Do not fear the size of the battle, for I am with you. Do not fear the darkness, for my light is stronger. Do not fear the enemy's plan, for I am the one who frustrates his devices. Stand, believe, declare, and you will see my salvation. Suritit. If you believe this word and will stand in the gap for those you love, type in the comments, I will be their shield. I will intercede. The cry of the angels. I, the Lord, am opening the heavens before you so that you may hear what few have ever perceived. There is a sound that is not of this earth, a sound that echoes through eternity, the cry of the angels. My messengers, my warriors, those who dwell continually in my presence, are now releasing their voices in urgent intercession. They are not silent. They are not passive. They are crying out on behalf of your loved ones, and they are urging you to respond. Understand this. Angels are not distant beings, detached from your struggle. They are flames of fire, ministering spirits sent forth to serve those who inherit salvation. They surround you. They guard you. They battle on your behalf. Yet in this moment, their cry is rising, for they see what you cannot yet see. They see the trap being set. They see the shadows of tragedy forming. They see the enemy drawing near. And their cry is not to frighten you, but to awaken you. The cry of the angels is a call for partnership. They are mighty in strength, but their movements are linked to your obedience. They excel in power, but they are released by the authority of your prayer. They cry because they are ready for war, but they await your voice. Heaven is listening for you to open your mouth, to decree my word, to call upon my name. When you do, the angels surge forward like lightning, striking down the works of darkness, scattering demons, breaking chains. Do you not remember? When Daniel prayed, I sent my angel with the answer. But for 21 days, the prince of Persia resisted him. Yet his persistence in prayer released breakthrough. When Elisha's servant trembled in fear, I opened his eyes, and he saw the mountains filled with horses and chariots of fire. And when Peter was bound in prison, it was an angel who came in the night, struck his chains, and led him to freedom. My angels have always moved in response to prayer, and now they cry for you to rise and take your place in the battle. The cry of the angels is also a warning. They do not weep as humans weep, but they groan with urgency, because they know what is at stake. They know that delay can cost a life. They know that silence can open a door to destruction. They know that if you fail to act, the enemy will press his advantage. Their cry is heaven's alarm sounding in your spirit. Pray now. Intercede now. Stand now. Child, do not ignore their cry, for the angels are testifying to you that the moment is critical. They are urging you to align yourself with heaven's plan. They are reminding you that you are not powerless, not alone, not abandoned. You are surrounded by a heavenly army. You are backed by the hosts of the Lord. The enemy may plot, but the armies of heaven are greater. The darkness may rise, but the light will consume it. The enemy may roar, but my angels roar louder. Listen closely. The cry of the angels is also a declaration of victory. They are not only warning of danger, they are proclaiming what will happen when you obey. They cry because they already see the deliverance prepared. They already see the miracle waiting to be released. They already see your loved one escaping the snare. They already see the celebration that will come when tragedy is overturned by triumph. Their cry is both urgent and victorious. It is both warning and promise. So I say to you, align your voice with theirs. Let your prayers join the cry of the angels. Let your worship rise with their praise. When you open your mouth in faith, you harmonize with the sound of heaven. And when earth and heaven agree, no power of darkness can resist. Do not wait for another sign. This is the sign. Do not wait for another warning. This is the warning. The cry of the angels is heaven's confirmation that the battle is at its peak. You have no time to waste. You must rise now, pray now, declare now. The enemy has targeted, yes, but he is not stronger than me. His weapons are real, but they are powerless against my blood. His curses are loud, but they cannot stand against my word. And when you stand in the gap, when you echo the cry of the angels, his entire plan collapses into dust. I am asking you now, will you listen to the cry of the angels? Will you join your voice to theirs? Will you be the one to shift the destiny of those you love? This is your moment of decision. Lift up their names before me. Speak my promises over them. Declare that no weapon formed against them shall prosper. Declare that they shall live and not die. Declare that they shall fulfill the plans I have for them, plans to prosper them, to give them hope and a future. As you declare these things, the cry of the angels will become a war shout, and the hosts of heaven will go forth with unstoppable force. And when the miracle comes, when tragedy is turned into testimony, when sorrow is turned into dancing, you will remember this moment. You will remember that the cry of the angels was not in vain. You will know that your obedience opened the floodgates of heaven, and those you love will look at you and say, "If it had not been for the Lord, I would have been lost." Trunantin, chontin. If you hear the cry of the angels and choose to rise in intercession, type in the comments, "I join my voice with heaven." And if this word touched you deeply, support this message with a super thanks, as a prophetic act of faith, sowing into the victory that God is releasing over your family. I, the Lord, am speaking directly to your spirit now. Listen carefully, for this is not a suggestion. It is a divine assignment. This is the mission I have entrusted to you, and it cannot be ignored. From the day you were formed in your mother's womb, I mark you for this purpose. Before you even understood who I was, I set you apart to be an intercessor, a watchman, a defender of lives. The mission I am now placing before you is not optional. It is sacred, eternal, and urgent. You may wonder, Lord, why me? Why have you chosen me for this task? Why not someone stronger, wiser, or holier? And my answer to you is this: because I placed you in their life, because I trusted you with their love, because I gave you the burden you feel in your heart when you think of them. That burden is not a mistake. It is the sign of your calling. That heaviness you cannot shake is my spirit pressing on you to take responsibility. You see their weaknesses, you see their struggles, you see the danger that surrounds them, and I have allowed you to see it because I intend to use you to change it. You are not just an observer of their life. You are a warrior appointed to protect it. The mission I am giving you is to fight for them in prayer, to cover them in intercession, to block the enemy's hand with the authority of my word. Do not underestimate the weight of this calling. Many would desire to be chosen, but I chose you. Many would want to be entrusted, but I entrusted you. Heaven is depending on your obedience. Your prayer is the bridge between their destruction and their deliverance. Your intercession is the difference between tragedy and triumph. Do you see now why the burden has been so heavy? Because the mission is so important. The enemy has already written his plan. He has marked the day and hour when he intends to strike. He has calculated the weak points of their life. But I am giving you the power to erase his writing. I am giving you the authority to break his calendar. I am placing in your hands the weapon of prayer that can tear down his fortress before it even manifests. That is the mission I have given you. You may say, "Lord, I am not strong enough." But hear me. Your strength is not required. Your obedience is. You may say, "Lord, I do not know what to pray." Sitanit, but my spirit will give you utterance. My word will fill your mouth, and groanings too deep for words will rise from within you. You may say, "Lord, I feel alone in this battle." But I tell you, you are surrounded by a cloud of witnesses, by hosts of angels, and by my presence that will never leave you. The mission I am giving you is not only to pray, but to stand firm in faith. You must refuse to believe the lies of the enemy. When you see things worsen, do not despair. That is when you must pray harder. When you feel resistance, do not quit. That is when the breakthrough is near. When you hear voices telling you it is useless, silence them with the truth of my word. Your persistence is the key. The enemy will try to weary you, but those who wait upon me will renew their strength. They will run and not grow weary. They will walk and not faint. This mission also requires you to speak. Do not remain silent. Declare my promises over them aloud. When you say, "They will live and not die," the heavens record it. When you say, "They are covered by the blood of Jesus," angels enforce it. When you say, "No weapon formed against them shall prosper," demons tremble. Your words are not empty. They are swords. Speak them with faith, and they will pierce through the darkness. Child, this mission is not small. It is eternal. It is about soul, destiny, and legacies. When you obey, you are not only saving a life, you are altering the future of generations. You are cutting off cycles of destruction. You are planting seeds of blessing that will echo long after you are gone. What you do now in obedience will be remembered in heaven forever. So I ask you, will you accept this mission? Will you rise as their watchman? Will you fight for them until victory is secured? The angels are ready. My spirit is urging you. Heaven is watching. This is your assignment. Do not delay. Do not shrink back. Do not let fear silence you. Take up your mantle, lift your voice, and stand as the one I have chosen. And I assure you, when you accept this mission, I will equip you. I will give you discernment to know when danger is near. I will give you dreams and visions to reveal what is hidden. I will give you strength when you feel weary, and I will give you peace in the storm, knowing that I am fighting beside you. The mission I have given you is not to be carried out in your own strength, but in mine. Do not look at your weakness. Look at my power. Do not focus on your insufficiency. Focus on my sufficiency. I am the God who makes the weak strong, the ordinary extraordinary, the timid bold. I chose you not because of what you are, but because of what I will make you to be. Now hear me. This is the hour. The mission is before you. Accept it with faith. Embrace it with courage. Walk in it with determination. And as you do, you will see miracles unfold. You will see the enemy's plan destroyed. You will see lives saved. And you will know that you were chosen for such a time as this. If you accept the mission God has given you, type in the comments, "I accept my mission. I will not fail." And if this word has touched your spirit, sow into this mission by sending a super thanks as a prophetic act of faith, declaring that you are partnering with heaven to protect those you love. The power of prayer and intercession. I, the Lord, am reminding you today of the greatest weapon I have placed in your hands, prayer. The power of prayer and intercession is far greater than you have ever imagined. It is not merely words whispered into the air. It is the voice of heaven released through your lips. It is the key that unlocks the impossible. It is the bridge between despair and deliverance. When you pray, you do not speak alone. My spirit joins you, my angels respond to you, and my hand moves for you. Child, understand this truth. The enemy trembles when you pray. He fears your voice when it is lifted in faith. He knows that every prayer carries the potential to dismantle his plans, to break his chains, to undo years of bondage in a moment. That is why he works so hard to silence you, to distract you, to make you believe that prayer is weak or useless. But I am telling you now, prayer is the most powerful force in the universe because it connects you directly to me, the Almighty. Do you remember Elijah? He prayed, and the heavens shut up, and there was no rain for 3.5 years. Then he prayed again, and the skies opened, and rain poured down. Do you remember Hannah? She prayed with tears, and I opened her womb and gave her Samuel, who became a prophet to nations. Do you remember Paul and Silas? In the midnight hour, they prayed and sang hymns, and I shook the prison with an earthquake, breaking their chains and opening the doors. The same God who answered them is the one who listens to you now. When you intercede, you are not only praying for yourself, you are standing in the gap for others. Intercession means you carry someone else's burden before me. You become their voice when they cannot pray for themselves. You become their shield when they are too weak to fight. You stand between them and the attack of the enemy, and through your prayer, you block the arrow, you break the curse, you cancel the assignment. This is why intercession is so vital. It saves lives. Some of those you love do not yet know how to pray. Some are blinded by sin, some are trapped in addictions, some are drowning in despair. They cannot cry out, but you can. And when you cry out, I hear you. I move not only for your sake, but for theirs. This is the power of intercession. It reaches where they cannot. It touches them even when they resist. It covers them even when they are unaware. Do not underestimate what happens when you kneel and whisper their name. Every time you do, angels are dispatched. Every time you call on me, demons lose ground. Every time you lift them before my throne, I place my hand upon them. Even if you do not see immediate results, know this: no prayer is wasted. Every word, every tear, every groan in the Spirit becomes a seed planted in eternity. At the right time, it will break forth in power. Child, I am calling you to deepen your intercession. Do not give me casual words. Give me your heart. Do not rush through prayer as if it were a ritual. Enter it as if it were a battle. Pray with faith. Pray with persistence. Pray with authority. And when you feel weak, let my Spirit pray through you with groanings too deep for words. For the Spirit intercedes according to my will, and my will is always for life, for salvation, for deliverance. I want you to understand also that your prayer carries generational power. When you pray for your family, you are not only shaping their present, you are shaping their future. You are cutting off cycles of destruction and planting seeds of blessing. You are altering the history of generations not yet born. Your prayer today may be the reason your children and grandchildren walk in freedom tomorrow. That is the magnitude of intercession. So I say to you, do not stop. Do not grow weary. Do not believe the lie that nothing is changing. Every prayer you pray is a strike against the enemy. Every intercession you make is a stone that will eventually bring down the giant. Do not despise the process, for victory often comes suddenly, after long perseverance. And hear me well. I have chosen you as an intercessor for your family, for your loved ones, for this generation. Do not reject this calling. Embrace it, for through your prayers, I will write testimonies that will shake nations. Now, I am asking you to take a step of faith. Do not just hear this word. Respond to it. Respond with your voice, with your actions, with your commitment. For faith without action is dead, but faith with action moves mountains. If you believe in the power of prayer and intercession, type in the comments right now. I will pray without ceasing. I will stand in the gap, And as a prophetic act of faith, sow into this message by giving a super thanks of 100. Let it be your declaration that you are partnering with heaven for the deliverance of your loved one. Finally, do not keep this word to yourself. Share this video with 3 people you care about, so that they too may be awakened, protected, and empowered. Through your obedience, lives will be saved. The sign of divine protection. I, the Lord, am the keeper of your life and the defender of your destiny. Before you were born, I assigned angels to guard you. Before the foundations of the world, I had already planned the coverings of protection that would surround you. And now I say to you, the same protection I have placed upon you, I am extending to those you love. But you must learn to discern the signs of my protection, so that you will know I am with you, and so that your faith will not falter when the enemy rises. Child, my protection does not always look the way you expect. Many times, I have intervened without you knowing. How many times did you narrowly escape the accident? How many times were you delayed only to realize later that I saved you from danger? How many times did sickness threaten to destroy, but suddenly strength returned? You thought it was chance, but it was me. You thought it was luck, but it was my hand. Every preserved breath, every spared moment, every hidden deliverance was a sign of my protection. There are visible signs of my covering. The door that suddenly closed, it was me protecting you from harm. The relationship that ended painfully, it was me shielding you from destruction. The opportunity that slipped away, it was me redirecting you into safety. Do not despise the closed doors, for many of them were barricades I set in place so that the enemy could not touch you. There are also invisible signs. You do not see the angels who stand guard at night. You do not see the demonic attacks that never reached you. You do not see the curses spoken against you that fell to the ground powerless. But know this, you are surrounded even now. The fire of my presence encircles you, and the hosts of heaven stand at attention, waiting for the sound of your prayer to move on your behalf. The sign of my protection is also in the peace I give you in the midst of chaos. Others tremble, but you stand still. Others are shaken, but you remain steady. That peace is not natural, it is supernatural. It is the evidence that I am shielding your mind, guarding your heart, covering your spirit. Do not ignore that peace. It is my whisper saying, I am here. You are safe. Understand this, child. My protection does not mean you will never face battles. It means the battles will not consume you. It does not mean the fire will never come. It means you will walk through the fire and not be burned. It does not mean the waters will never rise. It means you will pass through the waters and not drown. I never promised the absence of storms, but I promised my presence in the storm. And my presence is the greatest sign of protection you will ever know. I want you to recognize the signs I am showing you even now. The dream that warned you, it was a sign. The sudden heaviness in your spirit, it was a sign. The scripture that leapt off the page at the right moment, it was a sign. The voice you heard urging you to stop, to wait, to turn around, it was a sign. I am always speaking, always protecting, always guiding, but you must have ears to hear and eyes to see. Child, the sign of my protection is also in your authority. Every time you pray in the name of Jesus, every time you plead the blood over your family, every time you declare my word, you are activating a shield that no arrow of darkness can penetrate. That authority is not a theory, it is a weapon. Use it daily. Cover your loved ones daily. Declare my promises daily. That is how you activate and reinforce the covering I have placed upon you. The enemy will try to convince you that my protection is weak, that his power is greater, that tragedy is inevitable. But remember this, the blood of the Lamb is stronger than every curse. The name of Jesus is higher than every principality. My word will not return void. My angels are mighty in strength, and I am your refuge, your fortress, your deliverer. No power of darkness can break through when you abide under my shadow. So I say to you, pay attention to the signs. Do not dismiss them. Do not call them coincidences. They are confirmations that I am with you, that I am guarding you, that I am preserving those you love. Every close call that ended in safety is proof. Every night you awoke with a burden to pray was evidence. Every sudden escape from harm was a testimony. These are not accidents. They are divine interventions. Now I ask you, will you trust my protection? Will you declare it over your family? Will you thank me even for the doors I closed, for the delays I caused, for the redirections I arranged? For in those very moments, I was shielding you from unseen destruction. Lift your voice and proclaim, "The Lord is my refuge and my fortress. The Lord is my family's shield. No weapon formed against us shall prosper." As you declare this, the atmosphere shifts, the angels move, and my covering becomes visible. Do not live in fear, live in faith. The signs of my protection are everywhere, and as you walk in obedience, that protection will increase. When you align yourself with me, when you dwell under my shadow, you are untouchable by the schemes of the enemy. If you believe in the sign of divine protection over your life and family, type in the comments, "I am covered by the blood of Jesus. I trust his protection." Suf, and as a prophetic step of faith, release a super thanks of 100 right now, declaring that you and your household are sealed under divine protection. Finally, share this word with 3 people you love. As you do, you are spreading the covering of heaven over them, and they too will awaken to the signs of my protection. Miracles of life in the midst of death. I, the Lord, am the God who brings life out of death, hope out of despair, victory out of tragedy. What the enemy intends for evil, I turn into good. What he designs as a weapon of destruction, I reshape into a testimony of deliverance. You must understand this truth. No matter how dark the valley, no matter how final the grave may appear, I hold the power to breathe life again. Child, you have seen death at work. You have seen relationships collapse, dreams shatter, bodies weaken, and lives cut short. You have felt the chill of despair, the voice that whispers, "It is over, nothing can change." But I say to you, I am the resurrection and the life. Even when all seems lost, I am still able. Even when the grave is sealed, I can call forth what others believe is gone forever. Consider Lazarus. He lay in the tomb 4 days. His sisters wept, his friends mourned, and they declared, "It is too late." But I arrived and spoke, "Lazarus, come forth." And the dead man walked out alive. This was not just a miracle of one man. It was a declaration to every generation that death is not the end when I am present. Consider Jairus' daughter. She was declared dead. Mourners had filled the house, and hopelessness filled the air. Yet I entered, pushed aside the voices of despair, and whispered, "Little girl, arise." Immediately, life returned. Consider the widow of Zarephath, whose only son had died. Elijah, my prophet, stretched himself over the boy, prayed fervently, and I returned the child's life. In each case, death was present. In each case, hopelessness was real. But my power was greater, and I say to you now, I am still the same God. I have not changed. What I did then, I can do now. And I will show you miracles of life in the very places where death seems certain. Do not only think of physical death. The enemy also works to kill dreams, to bury destinies, to destroy families, to extinguish hope. Some of those you love may not be physically dead, but spiritually asleep, emotionally broken, financially ruined. To the natural eye, it looks finished. But I am the God who revived. I am the God who restored. I am the God who makes dry bones live again. Remember Ezekiel's vision of the valley of dry bones, bones scattered, lifeless, forgotten. Yet I asked my prophet, "Can these bones live?" And as he obeyed, declaring my words, breath entered them, and they rose as a mighty army. Child, What looks hopeless to you is not hopeless to me. I can cause dead things to rise. I can transform ruins into revival. You have feared that tragedy is near. You have feared that death will have the final word. But I tell you, miracles of life are already being written. Where the enemy plans to bury, I will raise. Where he plans to destroy, I will restore. Where he plans to silence, I will cause songs of victory to rise. Your role is to believe, to declare, to stand in faith. Do not agree with death, agree with life. Do not echo despair, echo my promises. When you speak my word, you are breathing life into the very situations the enemy has marked for death. When you intercede, you are reversing decrees of destruction. When you declare, they shall live and not die, you are aligning with heaven's decree. Child, you will see miracles that cannot be explained. You will see the one who was on the brink of destruction suddenly restored. You will see the one trapped in addiction suddenly free. You will see the one sinking in despair suddenly filled with hope. These are miracles of life, and they will be signs that I have heard your cry and answered your prayer. I tell you now, prepare for testimonies, prepare for sudden breakthroughs, prepare to witness my power. Because the enemy's plan is being overturned, his grave will not hold, his curse will not stick, his chains will not last. I am stepping in with resurrection power. But you must take action. Do not wait until the funeral to pray. Pray now. Do not wait until the destruction is visible. Intercede now. Cry out before the tragedy manifests, and you will see it canceled. Declare life before death arrives, and you will see the miracle unfold. I give you this promise. For every plan of death, I have a miracle of life. For every weapon of destruction, I have a testimony of deliverance. For every tear of sorrow, I have a song of joy. This is who I am, the God who makes all things new. So rise in faith. Speak boldly. Declare over your family, over your friends, over your future. Life shall prevail. God's power shall manifest. Death shall not win. As you do, you will align with heaven's decree, and miracles will be released. If you believe in miracles of life in the midst of death, type in the comments right now, I declare life, not death. I believe in God's miracles. And as an act of prophetic faith, release a super thanks of 100. Let it be your declaration that you are sowing into life, canceling death, and partnering with heaven for resurrection power. Finally, share this message with 3 people today. You may be the instrument God uses to save their life, to awaken their faith, to deliver them from the snare of the enemy. Through you, they will witness miracles of life. The final warning: I, the Lord, am speaking to you with a voice of fire and thunder. Hear me well. This is not a casual message. This is not a gentle whisper. This is my final warning before the storm breaks. The time of delay has passed. The season of hesitation has ended. What you do now will determine the outcome for those you love. You have felt the urgency in your spirit. You have sensed the heaviness pressing against your heart. You have seen the signs, the close calls, the sudden fears, the disturbing dreams. These were not accidents. They were alarms. I have been sounding the trumpet again and again, calling you to rise in intercession. And now I say, this is the last trumpet before the enemy strikes. The adversary has already positioned his arrows. He has already sharpened his sword. He has already marked the day and hour when he intends to unleash tragedy. But I reveal his plans now because I desire to cancel them. My mercy always precedes judgment. My warning always comes before destruction. This is your chance, child. Do not waste it. The final warning means there will not be another. I will not repeat myself endlessly. I am merciful, but I am also just. When I speak and you ignore, the door of opportunity narrows. When I warn and you delay, the window of protection closes. That is why I am speaking so urgently. Act now, before it is too late. Some who hear this word will ignore it. They will shrug it off, saying, it is just emotion, just coincidence, just another message. But when tragedy strikes, they will remember my voice. and they will wish they had listened. Do not be among them. Do not harden your heart. Do not dismiss what I am saying, for this word is not from man. It is from me, the Almighty. I am calling you to stand in the gap with all your strength. Cry out as if their life depends on it, because it does. Intercede as if this is your last chance, because it may be. Do not pray half-hearted prayers. Do not offer casual words. Pray with fire. Pray with persistence. Pray with authority. Your intercession is the only thing standing between them and destruction. The final warning is also a test of your obedience. Will you respond, or will you remain silent? Will you rise in faith, or will you shrink back in fear? Will you take action, or will you delay until it is too late? Eternity is watching your response. Heaven and hell are listening to your decision, and your obedience will echo forever. Child, I do not give this warning to terrify you, but to awaken you. Fear is the weapon of the enemy, but urgency is the tool of heaven. I speak urgently so that you will not sleep through the alarm. I shake you so that you will not drift into complacency. I warn you so that you will be prepared. My heart is not to condemn, but to save. That is why this final warning comes to you now. Remember this: my son wept over Jerusalem because they did not recognize the time of their visitation. They ignored the warnings, and destruction came upon them. But you are hearing this word so that you may not make the same mistake. Recognize the time. This is your visitation. This is your moment. This is your chance to change the future. The enemy whispers, "There is still time. You can pray tomorrow. You can act later." But that is the lie that destroys. Tomorrow is not guaranteed. Later may be too late. Today is the day of salvation. Now is the moment to rise. If you wait, you may regret forever what you failed to do. The final warning means, I am giving you authority like never before. Your prayers will carry unusual power. Your declarations will break strongholds quickly. Your intercession will pierce through the heavens with force, but you must use this authority now. Do not let it lie dormant. Do not let it go to waste. Speak, pray, declare, intercede, and watch as I move in power. Child, take this warning seriously. Do not let it pass you by. Write it upon your heart. Act on it with urgency. Share it with those you love. For when you obey this warning, you will save lives, shift destinies, and secure victories that will echo through generations. But if you ignore it, if you dismiss it, if you delay, the enemy will not hesitate. He is ruthless. He will strike. And though my mercy is great, the consequences of disobedience are real. This is why I speak with fire, with thunder, with urgency. Because I love you too much to remain silent. So hear me. This is your final warning. Rise up. Pray with fire. Declare with boldness. Intercede with tears. Act with urgency. And as you do, you will see death turned into life, tragedy turned into testimony, despair turned into hope. You will see my hand move in ways that will leave you in awe. This is the word of the Lord to you. Take it seriously, obey it fully, and watch as I deliver those you love. If you receive this final warning and choose to act in obedience, type in the comments, "Lord, I hear you. I will act now." 8. As a prophetic step of faith, release a super thanks of 100 right now, declaring that you are sealing this warning with action, not just words. Finally, share this message with 3 people today. Someone you know may be standing on the edge of tragedy, and your obedience to share could save their life. I, the Lord, am standing before you with open arms and a voice that cannot be ignored. This is the moment of decision. This is the hour of destiny. This is the final call. No more delay, no more hesitation, no more excuses. Eternity is standing in front of you, and the weight of your choice will echo forever. Child, I have walked with you through these words. I have warned you, awakened you, and shown you the schemes of the enemy. I have revealed the urgency, the cries of the angel, the mission I have entrusted to you, the power of prayer, the signs of my protection. and the miracles of life I am ready to release. I even gave you the final warning so you would not sleep through the alarm. And now I bring you to this point, the moment where you must respond. The final call is not about feeling, it is about faith. It is not about what you see, it is about what you believe. It is not about tomorrow, it is about now. For tomorrow is not promised, and hesitation is deadly. This is the day of salvation, the hour of obedience, the moment to act. I am calling you to step out of passivity and into destiny, to stop watching and start warring, to stop doubting and start declaring, to stop waiting and start moving. The time of waiting has ended. The time of action has begun. The final call is a call to surrender. You must place in my hands not only your life, but the lives of those you love. Stop carrying them in fear. Carry them in prayer. Stop worrying about their future. Declare my promises over their future. Stop believing the lies of the enemy. Stand on the truth of my word. The final call is to trust me fully, to obey me completely, to follow me wholeheartedly. This is also a call to courage. The enemy will try to intimidate you. He will whisper that your prayers are weak, that your words are meaningless, that your efforts are wasted. But I tell you, your prayer shakes the heavens. Your declaration silences demons. Your obedience terrifies the enemy. You are not powerless. You are powerful in me. Do not shrink back in fear. Rise up in courage, for I am with you. The final call is to intercession like never before. Not casual, not occasional, but fervent, consistent, relentless. Stand in the gap daily. Cover those you love with the blood of my Son daily. Speak life daily. Do not let a day pass without lifting their names before my throne. This is your mission, and the time is short. Child, the final call is also a call to share. This word is not for you alone. I gave it to you so that you may carry it to others. There are people in your life who are one step away from destruction. They need this warning, this hope, this truth. Do not keep it locked inside. Share it. Multiply it. Become the messenger I have chosen you to be. And know this, when you obey the final call, I will release miracles you cannot imagine. You will see lives spared. You will see families restored. You will see generational curses broken. You will see testimonies that will leave the world in awe. My glory will shine through your obedience, and you will know without doubt that you were chosen for such a time as this. But if you ignore the final call, the weight will be heavy. The enemy will not wait. He will strike. And though my mercy endures forever, the consequences of silence cannot always be undone. That is why I speak with such intensity. That is why I have brought you to this moment, because I love you, and I love them, and I desire to save. So here it is, child, the final call. Choose life, choose obedience, choose faith, choose action. Stand in the gap, lift your voice, declare my promises, trust my protection, believe my miracles, and share my word. This is your moment. This is your mission. This is your destiny. Do not walk away unchanged. Do not let this word pass without response. Seal it now. Declare it now. Act on it now. Eternity is waiting. Heaven is watching. Hell is trembling. And I, the Lord, am calling. Tweet or tweet and call to action. CTA. If you receive this final call, type in the comments right now. I choose life. I choose obedience. I accept the call. As a prophetic act of faith, release a super thanks of 100. This is not just a gift. It is a declaration, a seed, a covenant between you and heaven that you are answering the call and standing in the gap. And do not stop there. Share this message with 3 people you care about. Someone you know is standing on the edge of tragedy, and your obedience to share could be the very act that saves their life. I, the Lord, have spoken. From the beginning of this message until now, I have poured out my heart, revealed my warnings, released my promises, and entrusted to you a mission greater than yourself. And now I bring you to the conclusion, the seal of the word. For it is not enough to hear. You must respond. It is not enough to know. you must act. Child, hear me well. This message has been written into your story for this very moment. You did not stumble upon these words by accident. You were led here by my Spirit. You were chosen to hear this prophetic word because your life and the lives of those you love are precious to me. I orchestrated this encounter so that you could be awakened, equipped, and empowered. Think of all you have heard, the urgency of my divine message, the prophetic warning from heaven, the enemy's target revealed, the cry of the angels calling you to rise, the mission I have given you, the power of prayer and intercession, the signs of my protection, the miracles of life in the midst of death, the final warning before tragedy, and the final call that demands a response. Each chapter was not a story, it was a step. Each revelation was not random, it was part of a journey. And now you stand at the threshold of destiny, where everything you have heard must become action. I am pressing this upon you because I know the cost of silence. The adversary is relentless. He does not wait. He does not rest. He does not delay. He moves swiftly to steal, kill, and destroy. But I have placed you as a barrier, as a voice, as a warrior. If you obey, his plans will collapse. If you act, his schemes will fail. If you stand, victory will manifest. Child, let this conclusion sink deep into your heart. You are chosen. You are appointed. You are anointed for this time. The burden you feel is not a curse. It is your calling. The urgency you sense is not fear. It is my Spirit awakening you. The heaviness you carry is not despair. It is the weight of destiny resting upon your shoulders. And yet, you are not alone. My Spirit is within you. My angels surround you. My word strengthens you. My blood covers you. My name empowers you. You lack nothing you need to fulfill this mission. All that remains is your response. I am calling you to live as an intercessor, to walk as a watchman, to speak as a prophet over your family, your friends, your generation. Do not let your lips remain sealed. Do not let your knees remain unbent. Do not let your faith remain silent. Use the weapons I have given you. Use the authority I have entrusted to you. For when you pray, heaven moves. When you declare, hell trembles. When you obey, miracles happen. This conclusion is also a commissioning. I am not only warning you, I am sending you. I am sending you into battle, not to lose, but to win. I am sending you into intercession, not to beg, but to decree. I am sending you into destiny, not in weakness, but in power. Rise, child. Take your place. Step into your calling, for the time is short and the harvest is great. Remember, every prayer you pray matters. Every declaration you make matters. Every act of faith matters. Even the smallest seed sown in obedience will bear fruit beyond what you can imagine. Do not despise your small beginnings. Do not measure yourself against others. Simply obey, and you will see my glory. I also remind you, this word is not for you alone. Share it, spread it, multiply it. There are souls waiting for this warning, families waiting for this hope, lives waiting for this miracle. Do not keep it hidden. Become a messenger of my truth. Become a vessel of my power. Become a channel of my love. And as you go, know that this word is sealed. It will not return void. It will accomplish what I sent it to do. It will bring salvation, deliverance, restoration, and protection. The enemy will rage, but he cannot undo what I have decreed. You are covered. You are chosen. You are victorious. So now, child, the conclusion becomes your beginning. The end of this message is the start of your mission. The final words are the opening steps of your destiny. Do not walk away unchanged. Do not close this moment without sealing it. Declare your obedience. Take your step of faith. Share this message, for this is the way you align with heaven. If you receive and seal this extended prophetic conclusion, type in the comments, I am chosen. I accept the mission. I seal this word in faith. As a prophetic act of obedience, release a super thanks of 100 right now. This is more than a gift. It is a seed of covenant, declaring before heaven and earth, that you are standing in the gap, answering the call, and sowing into life, not death. And do not stop there. Share this word with 3 people immediately. They may be 1 breath away from tragedy, 1 step away from destruction, and your obedience to share could be the very act that saves their life. This is the conclusion of the message, but the beginning of your mission. Walk in it boldly, live it faithfully, and watch as I, the Lord, move with power on your behalf.